I rented an apartment when I was 24. It was cheap, but I liked it. My first time living alone, and I was excited. The building was 6 stories high, with more than 10 households, but strangely, it was always quiet. I rarely saw any of my neighbors, and when I did, they never looked at me. They just walked past me like I wasn't there. Something about it felt off. One day, I was heading out to the supermarket, walking down the hall, when I noticed one of the apartment doors was slightly open. Out of curiosity, I peeked inside. There was a large group of people sitting around a long table eating. It was dark inside, no lights, no sounds, just the faint clicking of dishes. Every window was covered by thick curtains, and the whole place looked like it was drenched in shadow. Before I could process what I was seeing, the door slammed shut right in my face. I jumped, but brushed it off, thinking maybe the wind caught it. I went to the store, bought what I needed, and then came back. When the elevator doors opened on my floor, I froze. There was a crowd of people standing right in front of me. Their faces were pale, their expressions blank, but their eyes, they were angry. They just stood there, staring. None of them moved, none of them spoke. The silence felt suffocating. Then, one of them leaned in close and whispered, "Invite us." His voice was so quiet, it barely sounded human. I forced a nervous smile and tried to squeeze past them. As I did, a horrible stench hit me, something foul and rotten, and I nearly gagged. When I turned around, the elevator doors closed behind me, and they were gone. That uneasy feeling stuck with me all night. A few days later, I came home from work to see police cars parked out front. Officers were standing near an apartment door, the same one I had peeked into. One officer stopped me and explained what happened. The man who lived there hadn't paid rent for weeks. The manager tried knocking, but there was no answer, only a terrible smell coming from inside. When they broke the door open, they found a pile of shoes in the entryway, far too many for one person. Inside, there were clothes scattered everywhere, shirts, pants, coats, laid out as if people had vanished right out of them. In the middle of the room was that same long table, covered in food, rotten food, mold growing on the plates, but there wasn't a single person in sight. On the wall, written in large red letters, were the words, "Thank you for inviting us." The tenant was never found. I didn't know his name or his face, so I couldn't help the police. But every time I walk past that apartment door, I still wonder, who were those people I saw eating in the dark?